What's going on, guys? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video for somehow the last day of July already, which is absolutely crazy. But here we are, July 31st, 2020, and it has been one hell of a 2020. We have some baseball to go over. Last night we saw Luke Voit hit a home run or a grand slam. He was the only player in my Yankee stack I didn't have, so that was neat. We saw Judge hit a home run. Had him, but Shane Bieber with 14 Ks. Dylan Bundy shit the bed. The Angels suck. The Angels suck. Quit betting on them. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go over. I want to try something a little bit different. So we're going to go through these pitchers game by game. Now, I don't know how long this video is going to be, so I do apologize. This might be a little bit longer video, but we'll continue. And if you like it, let me know. If you'd rather it be shorter, that is something to let me know as well moving forward. So going to break down the games a little bit more than normal. I'm just going to break it down, look at the pitchers, give you a little insight of how we work here at Fantasy Team Advisors, how we build our lineups, how we go about sports betting. Just a lot of things to go over for this Friday. So sit back and relax. Don't forget, if you want to win a free week of MLB content, all you got to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me who's going to hit home run. Who's going to hit home run, what inning they're going to hit it in, and the distance traveled. That being said, if you would like to get a free Fanduel and Draftkings GPP lineup, all you got to do is like the video, be a subscriber, and if this video gets 30 likes, we'll throw out down at the description or in the comment section, we'll pin a Fanduel and Draftkings lineup, GPP lineup each, and you'll be able to see it. So let's just get started. Let's look at the weather first, just to kind of know. So yesterday I told you I didn't like the weather in the Cubs and the Reds game, and it got rained out, which I pretty much thought it would. We're looking at Tampa Bay at Baltimore. 23% chance of rain there. New York Mets at Atlanta, 11% chance of rain. Boston at New York, 4%, and that's basically it. We do have some wind, 10.2 mile an hour wind at Atlanta, but it's blowing from right to left. 10.2 going down, so I don't think that's really going to affect much at all moving forward. That being said, first game we've got going on, it is early, 2:10 Eastern. Jack Flaherty versus Brett Anderson. Flaherty, 106 plate appearances, 271 batting average, 30.2 K percentage. Brett Anderson, 42 plate appearances, 361. So what we're going to do is go through every single pitcher on the slate here. If you want to see the pitchers we like out of all of these, click the link down below. It's the very first link in the description. That is today's article. And I have had some people say, oh, I thought you did videos every single day or content every day. If I don't have a video up for whatever reason here, there's going to be an article on the website. So just go to Fantasy Team Advisors, click on the corresponding sport you would like to look at, and the article should be there. The NBA one is currently going to be, by the time you watch this video, the NBA one's probably up already. We've got MMA going on, PGA's already going on, NASCAR's coming. A lot of things this weekend. Super excited, very excited for this weekend. So in this game, I do not trust Brett Anderson. I do not trust the Brewers' bats have been very, very up and down. You never know. You really never know. Anderson is making his season debut here, where Flaherty gets to face this Brewers team. Like I said, I mean they Christian Yelich is looking like, I don't know, something's wrong with him. I don't know what's going on. And as you can tell by the video, picture, and the article, I absolutely love Goldschmidt in this one. If I'm taking people in this game, I would be taking Goldschmidt. I would be looking at Paul DeJong and possibly Tyler O'Neill or another cheaper outfielder that should be starting. With Milwaukee, if I'm not taking Flaherty, and I were to take some bats, I'd be looking at Hira, maybe Braun. Hira would be your cash, Braun would be your GPP. And a lot of these are going to be in our cheat sheet and our bacon station. Like, you're going to see a lot of this information. So, next game, Red Sox at the Yankees. Ryan Weber versus Jordan Montgomery. Montgomery making his debut. Weber, 18 plate appearances, only 22% K. Red Sox have been very iffy, have been up and down, have looked terrible to start the season. Yes, they took 2 in New York against the Mets, but yeah. Montgomery making his debut, 32 plate appearances against the Red Sox, 300 batting average, only 12.5 K, but they have looked so bad. The game is opening up at 11 runs, so if you are betting, which we do have sports betting now, you can go check that out. If you aren't taking Montgomery as a pitcher, the bats for Boston, Christian Vasquez has been absolutely on fire. 2 home runs last night. I think he's got 3 or 4 on the year. He's hitting a really hot bat. It would be a little bit, and he hit 2 home runs last night in at Citi Field, and that is normally the one where it's really, really hard to hit home runs. It's a pitcher's park. Now, Vasquez currently is ranked 5 in season-long fantasy baseball. He's got 4 home runs on the year. Vasquez would make a great option. He could easily take Montgomery deep. JD Martinez has been very disappointing considering how high his price is on both sites. I don't know if I could look at him. And then we're looking at the Yankees bats against Ryan Weber. If you are going to stack, love DJ LeMahieu, love Stanton in this one. Stanton currently has a higher WAR than Mike Trout right now. Knock on wood. I think Glaber's probably going to be out in this one. He did get hit in the elbow. X-rays came back negative. That being said, he's probably out tonight, but definitely watch that. If that is true, then Tyler Wade could be a very, very cheap option starting at shortstop. Other plays I like here, Judge, he's on fire. He hit that 3-run home run. I fell asleep in my chair. I was watching the game, fell asleep. The Yankees were up by 1. Then apparently they gave up 2, and then Judge hit a 3-run home run. So there we go. Luke Voit coming off a grand slam. He's trimmed down this season, so I really like a Yankee stack here. If you aren't going Montgomery, you could see a mini Boston stack, just depending on what games you are looking at. So we've got the Mets at the Braves. Currently, the Braves are opening up as a 130 favorite. You got Rick Trashello versus Sean Newcomb. I hate Porcello. He's looked like trash since last year. He's looked like trash basically since he won the Cy Young. Against the Braves, 103 plate appearances, 253 batting average, only striking out 17.5%. Sean Newcomb, 96 plate appearances, 244 batting average, 26% K. I would be looking at Newcomb here as a pitcher GPP. I would not be looking at Porcello at all. If I'm taking some Mets bats, it would be Alonso or maybe Rosario, just depending. 26K percentage out of the current roster. Newcomb has struck out 21 of about 74 plate appearances. You got 96 total, just depending on, and those plate appearances are ones that we are projecting to be the starting lineup, not just the entire team. So that is something to monitor. Dansby, a couple of bats that I like for the Braves. Dansby Swanson's been absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire. I think he's the number 1 shortstop right now, I believe. Coming off a good game last night, I'm taking him. I honestly love the Braves here to put up 8 to 10 runs. We saw that they're capable of that last night against Tampa Bay. You know, they only got 2 runs, but they got the W. So I'm looking at Newcomb here. I don't think it should be a problem. I'm not looking at really many Mets bats outside of, Alonso. Rosario is I think Alonso's cash. Rosario maybe makes the GPP. Maybe. The Reds at the Tigers here. So Castillo was supposed to pitch yesterday against the Cubs. The rainout happened. Against Detroit, 39 plate appearances, 222 batting average. Absolutely love Castillo in this one. Tigers are terrible. Turnbull, 26 plate appearance, 182. I'm looking at a Reds stack. I'm looking at a Reds stack and Castillo as your pitcher. This game is not a thing. Tampa Bay at Baltimore. Blake Snell against Alex Cobb. Snell, 25 plate appearances, .083. Alex Cobb, 46 plate appearances, 333. Now, I'm pretty sure Blake Snell is going to be... I think he's going to be on a pitch count again. He was his first start. I think that's going to happen again, so you can't trust him. So if I'm looking at bats here, I'm looking at Tampa Bay. Brandon Lau has been pretty damn good. G-Man Choi is a very cheap GPP option for first base if you're looking at that. On the other side, if you are taking bats, you want to look at righties against Blake Snell. The two bats we had last night, Renato Nunez and Hanser Alberto against the Yankees and J-Hat, both homered. They were both in our cheat sheet. They both homered. We're getting this down. We're getting the MLB thing down. Now, you got to realize a lot of MLB is one of the most luck-based sports out there. Now, I know DFS players don't want to say luck-based because that's gambling and whatnot. But looking at the two bats we had yesterday, go back to that. I mean, any righties against Snell, I'd be okay because you don't know how long Snell's even going to be in there. So those would be the two bats. But other than that, this game isn't super appealing to me, and I won't have that much exposure to it at all. Next game on the slate is the White Sox at Kansas City. The White Sox are they opened up as a 170 favorite, so pretty damn good favorite. Dallas Keuchel versus Bubich. That would suck if your name was Bubich. Not really sure, but he's making his major league debut. Keuchel's coming off a great start last week. 77 plate appearances against them, 28.6 K percentage, a 186 batting average. I love the White Sox offense here, especially the righties. Lefties too. Eloy Jimenez, I love him. Love Luis Robert, love him. I think if we have a full season, Robert's probably going to be, and he doesn't get hurt, I could see Robert being the Rookie of the Year for the AL. I would not be surprised at that at all. He's just a five-tool player. His baseball cards are going off. So we do baseball cards as well. We have another website, but I think we're going to combine that website to ours. Sell baseball cards, talk about baseball cards, because it's getting heavy. If you're into baseball, go buy Top Series 2. Luis Robert cards are his rookie card, which I have. I don't know where it's at. His one, I just sold one for $24, and I'm keeping two of them. I sold a short print that is very hard to pull. I pulled out of a $2.99 pack, sold it for $380. I also sold a gold one for $220. So this past week, I've spent $70 on baseball cards, and I've made over $600. So if you have questions about baseball cards as well, we are in it. We're gonna start. That's a big thing too. But back to this. If I'm taking any bats for the Royals, now I don't know if I will. Whit Merrifield has been pretty good. Second base and outfield eligible, I think, on Draftkings, and only outfield on Fanduel. So that being said, I really do like the White Sox here. You could be looking at White Sox batters too, Abreu, Anderson, just whoever's going to be in there. Definitely make sure, if you are stacking, kind of the keys are like 1 through 4, but if you want to get a little bit, not crazy, but a little bit different than the pack, and the White Sox go off, you could mix up the batting order. That's a thing as well. So the Indians versus the Minnesota Twins right now. I'm actually kind of Shane Bieber is coming off 14 Ks last night. Clevenger's up next to get against the same team. Randy Dobnak must just be an opener then. Yeah, I guess it must just be an opener for him. But Clevenger against the Twins, 191 plate appearances, 28.3 K percentage, only a 205 batting average against him. Dobnak is a bullpen arm, so I'm just not really looking at him because you never know with 2 innings. Players that I like would be Indians. Lindor has been on fire. He's really trying to get traded. I mean, most likely he'll get traded, but he is making a case. He's absolutely dominating. So I would look at Clevenger as your pitcher. I would look at Indians as a stack or just one-offs. If you're looking for some one-offs for the Twins, Nelson Cruz is okay, but he's super expensive. Luis Ariz could be a cheaper option, but he's started off pretty slow. It's been different. We get our first, finally, we've been waiting for this, but we get our first Coors game. As of right now, the Rockies opened up as a 110 favorite. Really, anything can happen because it is Coors. The over is usually pretty damn high. I don't know what it is at the moment. Garrett Richards against the Rockies, 16 plate appearance, 214. John Gray, 309 batting average against him. I'm not taking either of these guys because it is Coors. You could go GPP and you could go one of these pitchers, hoping they have a good game and taking the offense and hoping they go off. But again, with Coors, it's really hard to do that. Batters that I really like in this one, Will Myers is still pretty cheap. It depends. He'll probably get the start. And they've been on fire right now. Love Fernando Tatis Jr. Speaking of baseball cards, I found his rookie card that's going off. I found his first Bowman Chrome. I apparently had this. First Bowman Chrome for Tatis when he was on the White Sox. I'm holding on to these. These hopefully will skyrocket, just like Trout. Just kidding, but hopefully they will go up. If you want to get a little bit off the beaten path with San Diego bats, Trent Grisham's been on fire. He's got some home runs. He was in Milwaukee. He obviously got traded over to San Diego. He's a lefty in Coors against a righty who's given up over 300 batting average. Love that. And if you're looking at the Rockies, I mean, Arenado at home, Trevor Story at home, Sam Hilliard could be a cheaper option. David Dahl could be a cheaper option in that offense. Just depends. I mean, it's Coors. You really can't go wrong with Coors. You really can't. Pittsburgh at Chicago. Trevor Williams versus Yu Darvish. Trevor Williams, 171 plate appearances, only 14K percentage, 306 batting average, with Chicago Cubs taking out Yu Darvish here, 61 plate appearance of 115. I kind of like Darvish's GPP, but the Pirates have been very up and down, especially in their series with Milwaukee. Now, just kind of looking at Chicago, it is called the Windy City. Home runs do fly out of there, especially if it's hot and humid. What time's the game? 8 p.m. Wind's blowing in at 10 miles an hour. Humidity, I mean, it's not that hot out. It's 76, 1% chance of rain. So the wind shouldn't be a factor in this game. It really shouldn't. But if I'm taking batters, Josh Bell comes to mind off of Yu Darvish, a lefty-righty matchup. No, Pirates bats don't really scare me in this one, other than Josh Bell. Cubs bats, it seems like every time we've taken Schwarber, he's hit a home run. So I'm looking at Schwarber here, Rizzo, pretty much any lefty in this lineup. And then you've got, Baez can hit a home run. I believe Ian Happ might be a switch hitter. Wilson Contreras is only a righty, but it just depends. The Cubs batters against Trevor Williams, they've seen each other because they've been in the same division. They've got some pretty good BVP, and we'll look at that at the end. But some of the batters are combined 29 for 79 with 6+ home runs. And we're going to look at that at the end of this video. So don't you worry about that at all. So then you've got the next game. Astros at the Angels. Lance McCullers Jr. versus Matt Andriese. McCullers, 45 plate appearances, 26.7 K percentage, with a batting average of 238. Matt Andriese against the current Houston roster. Now remember, the Angels batters have been very, very up and down. I believe Trout just left to have his baby. I think so. I do think Trout left to have his baby. So that is something. Ohtani, up and down there. If I'm taking batters here, it's probably going to be Houston. As you can see, Andriese, 36 plate appearances against Houston. 394 batting average is crazy. Michael Brantley, I wouldn't mind. The combined, it was kind of crazy, and I shared this on our Instagram page. Make sure you go check us out on Instagram. It's Fantasy Team Advisors. But, yeah, Altuve, Springer, and Reddick, or Altuve, Bregman, Springer, and Reddick combined to go 0 for 28 in the 2-game series versus the Dodgers. You hate to see the Astros like that. But, that being said, they could go off here in this game. So like I said, Brantley's going to be a little bit cheaper. And if you play multiple lineups, you've got to stack the Astros because they're going to go off at some point. They just will. Will it be this? It could be this game as well. Easily could be this game as well. You got the Rangers at the Giants. Mike Minor versus to be announced. Day of. We still don't know who it is. I think this is the problem with the Giants. Their team is made up of people a lot of people haven't heard of. I don't know what's going to happen. Gabe Kapler loves to not give out his pitcher. This is super annoying when it comes to videos and trying to build lineups right now because we don't know who it's going to be. Players that we like, I like Joey Gallo here, only because I had this Topps home run card and I chose today for him to hit a home run. So that's literally the only reason I like him. There's not really... This is probably a game other than Joey Gallo I probably won't have much exposure to. I could see Mike Minor being here because the Giants are bad. Mike Minor would make a good GPP pitcher. That's pretty much it. Athletics at the Mariners, you got Sean Manaea versus Taijuan Walker. Manaea, 57 plate appearances against him. 212 batting average, 26.3 K percentage. Really good numbers. Mariners did destroy Angels pitching, though, this past series, especially Andrew Heaney. Gave up some runs. Taijuan Walker, 41 plate appearances, 333 batting average, 19.5 K percentage there. I love Manaea in this one. If I'm taking one, I'm not taking them. Bats that I like with Oakland, Matt Chapman, he's easy home run power there. Outside of that, I don't know. Not really anyone. Mariners bats. Kyle Lewis has started off pretty hot this season. We've used him multiple times in lineups to start the first week, and we've had success. We really have. Basically it. I don't like a ton of these bats right now. They're just other games we can look at. And then the final game, the Dodgers at the Diamondbacks. Tony Gonsolin, 31 plate appearances, 214 batting average, 22.6 K percentage. Zach Gallen, 33 plate appearances, 27.3 K percentage, 179 batting average. I think in this could go under-owned. Zach Gallen is a GPP pitcher. He's going to be cheap on both websites. He's going to allow you to give those bats. It might be a little bit surprise against the Dodgers team. People are probably going to be stacking. But if we are looking at batters, Cody Bellinger, I think, is always in play. Mookie's always in play. Justin Turner, Jock Peterson. Jock was the leadoff batter last year. If his price is down and he's in the 7 hole, I don't mind him, especially being a lefty at Chase Field, which is Coors Field Jr. On the other hand, against Gonsolin, I don't know how long he's going to go. Then we're going to get to the bullpen, which in the Bacon Station you can see how the bullpens rank. And yeah, you can really see. If I'm going Gallon, GPP if you're into making multiple lineups, Gallon for GPP makes sense. But if you make multiple lineups as well, get a Dodger stack in there. Really doesn't matter. Lefties, righties, doesn't matter. There's not a ton of Diamondbacks bats I'd look at. Christian Walker, maybe. Ketel Marte, Starling Marte. Basically it for bats in that one. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you like this a little bit. If you did, let me know. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Looking at BVP. Now, if you want to see all the pitchers we like, click the link down below. That helps me know that you guys are into our article as well. Looking at top bats, if we just go by home runs, and we have BVP on our in the Bacon station as well. Schwarber against Williams, like I said, like lefties here. 364 batting average, 3 home runs out of 8 hits with a double. Will Myers against John Gray, batting 378 games at Coors. Love that one. Braun against Flaherty, GPP-wise, I don't mind. You got 3 home runs there, batting 438. Bryan against Williams, 2 home runs. Machado against Gray, 2 home runs. Goldie against Brett Anderson, 8 for 15, batting 533 with 2 home runs and only 1 strikeout. So those are your bats, guys. Those are plays that we like, and hopefully this helped you out. So that's what I've got in this video. If you liked this format, let me know. Just give me a comment below. If you did not, we'll move back to just going over the pitching. But hopefully I wanted to give you an insight of how we build our lineups, how we do our cheat sheets, how we do our optimal lineups, the research that goes into all of this, the batters, the pitchers. I wanted to give just an overview of what Fantasy Team Advisors can bring to you guys. So that's what I've got, guys. If you would like to sign up, you can go to Fantasy Team Advisors, hit that FTA Plus. You can do a week, you can do a month, you can do a year. And then we have sports betting. We have a week and a month of sports betting as well. We're going to continue with baseball. I don't know if we're going to do NBA just because it's a weird time with NBA. It's a weird time with baseball. But with NBA, they're not playing for, like, there's no difference between like a 1 seed and an 8 seed. There's no home court advantage. There's no fans. So it's a little bit different. But yeah, so that's what I got for the MLB, guys. Check out the MLB content. The article's down below. Check out our NBA content. We've got MMA content, NASCAR content. And I don't know if we're going to do NHL. We'll kind of see there. So we've got the main sports. And hopefully we help you bring home that bacon. Anytime you guys win, please email me, support@Fantasy Team Advisors. If you guys would like a logo of ours and you put it on your avatar for Fanduel or Draftkings, and you end up in the top 10 of a big tournament, at least $1,000 win, you're going to get a free month of content as well. It's just a little promotion that we're giving out. So that's what I've got, guys. Good luck today, and as always, bring home that bacon. Peace.